You know, on these January days, if you're lucky enough to have a home with a view, it can actually be some of the prettiest days of the year. So Mark Hite, realtor extraordinaire, joins us this morning, and he says not only does he have a house with big spacious rooms and lots of ways to enjoy decorating it, but it also comes with a view. Good morning to you, my friend.
Hey, good morning, Julie. I'm coming to you from Hickson, Tennessee.
I love on this cold, cold day that you've chosen as your backdrop that beautiful stone. I'm guessing it's a fireplace, right?
It is a massive stone fireplace, and we'll take a closer look at it in a moment. But it's really an interesting feature. This is a 70s contemporary home that I purchased in my Guaranteed Offer program from the original owner. Very well maintained, but time for all the cosmetic updates. And that's what we've been working on here the last few weeks.
Okay, before we talk about your Guaranteed Offer program that you have, can we talk first about the fun of a 1970s contemporary home? If you love mid-century modern, this is your dream. And also the diversity of homes in the Chattanooga area.
You are exactly right, and I wish it weren't quite so cold or we would have started outside today, but I was a bit of a wimp and started inside where the heat's running.
Okay, so talk about that Guaranteed Offer. This was a case where the homeowners just didn't want to put forth the hassle of modernizing it on their own, so they turned to you?
Absolutely. You know, we see so many different, now that we're 2 years into this program, you know, I'll buy 100 homes this year, and every situation's a little different. This was the original owner. He had been here, he had maintained it well, but as life passes on, you'll see, is a ranch style over a finished basement. So stairs to get in the front door, required ramps. It was just not a place to continue living comfortably. And so we showed him what we could sell it for, or what I would give him. In the case of having to get it ready and trying to, get help with staging and things, he said, no, give me that offer. And he moved 2 weeks later. So
can you give us a bit of a tour? Are you comfortable taking us on a walkabout?
We are going to spin her around. So I'm going to kind of come back over toward the front door. Now this house, today, it'll get a good deep clean, and it'll get new lighting fixtures today.
Oh,
what do you think about this great room that you walked into, Julie?
That's fantastic.
I mean, you think about the 70s, you think about, cramped up floor plans, but this home was built with a really cool open plan. And we'll get to that beautiful molding over there that is actually much older than the house. It came out of a downtown building, the owner told us.
Really?
And this fireplace just anchors. Now, we're getting rid of the brass. Don't worry, that is going. This just anchors this great room. And here's what I just love about this home. If you're a family or if you just want to sit out and have a cup of coffee, let me open this door. Got this full deck across the back of the house, and in the distance is the lake.
Nice.
We have Chester Frost right in front of us, and then of course you have the beautiful mountain views behind it. So this is an ideal situation because you've got all the amenities of the outdoors with Chester Frost and the waterfront, plus you've got a really quiet neighborhood. This one's on a cul-de-sac, and this has a cool angled roof. You can get a little bit of a peek of it here from the soffit. So this home is getting the rest of the updates. You can kind of get a hint here. We've got new LVP flooring in. It's got fresh paint, but we still protected the original stained wood in all of the public areas. See, just like around the windows and the big floor-to-ceiling windows like you have in contemporaries, we tried to protect the original elements.
Wait, Mark, can you do me a favor? Can you go back to that window in the dining room real quickly? That's the driveway we're looking at, right?
It is. It's a circle drive.
Do you know how hard it is if you're looking for a house and you've got kids who want to be able to put up a basketball net or have some fun learning to ride their bike just to find a long driveway?
And plus, on the lower side, we have a huge parking pad. So there's where your basketball goes.
There you go.
And so, if the neighbors don't want to see it, It's down here, or maybe when you're teaching your child. But yes, the driveway is a wonderful feature, and it's on a cul-de-sac, Julie.
Yep.
So it's even quieter back here. And we
I know
kind of
that.
sit down and see the neighbors' homes.
I know that sounds silly, but it really isn't that much. Okay, was that the kitchen that you were taking us to a second ago?
Yeah, we did a nice refresh on the kitchen. Now, again, we're not finished. It's getting new quartz countertops. We just finished painting. They put on a white knob, but those are being changed out to stainless. And then it'll get a nice tile backsplash. So the 70s modern is going to have a totally modern kitchen.
Really nice. Now, okay, I have to ask you this, Mark, as you're taking us on this tour, obviously you're still getting the work done. Talk about the market a little bit. Are there going to be people who are going to call you today saying, look, we want to bid on this house now so we can get the first entry?
You know, we will, it's a great question, because the last house you and I were in together had already sold before we were able to get it on air. This home will go live on Friday, once we get it finished and polished up. Because there's very little on the market under 300,000 with 4 bedrooms and all this square footage, Julie, it is very likely we will get calls. There were 710 homes available for sale in our entire market yesterday.
Wow. What's the square footage on this home?
This home is about 2,600 square feet.
Okay.
If you take the upstairs and the downstairs. Now, I wanted to give you one little tip here. We did a little more where we kept all the wood in the public spaces. We did a nice whitewash in the bedroom, so all your moldings are white. The doors are fresh and white, and the color palette is called passive gray, so it's a great neutral for decorating.
So we only have a couple of minutes left, Mark, and I know that as much as you love talking houses, you kind of got your side hustle, and that's your community involvement. So what are you up to right now?
Well, it's kind of funny that you ask. I just left a photo shoot for the American Heart Association as part of the Go Red for Women movement, Julie. That's why I'm wearing red. Got my pin on here to remind women in this very stressful time with COVID and families, kids going back to school, pay attention to your health. Because 1 in 3 women in this country will die of cardiovascular disease this year. COVID is what's on everybody's mind, but heart disease kills many more women.
It's interesting you should say that. If you've been over there with the Heart Association, Taryn Anderson and I were emailing back and forth, and so we're going to be doing something beginning the end of this month and every week through February, focusing on that very thing, because there are just so many stories to tell. And different reasons why and how heart disease can rear its ugly head in women.
It really is, and that's why it is so important this year in our heading into our 3rd year with this pandemic, because, you know, women are taking care of their families, you know, and they're worried about so many other things, and they don't take care of themselves. So if nothing else, our viewers today, whether you pay any attention to this house or not, please take care of yourself. Know your numbers. If nothing else, check your blood pressure today. Right. Because it sneaks up on us.
They are paying attention to that house, however. So again, you're saying it's going to go live on Friday. That's a lot of work to get done, but y'all are going to do it.
Well, the workmen are outside the door. You just didn't see them. Oh. So as soon as we sign off, they'll be in here cracking the whip.
Okay. And people can find you whether they want to purchase a home or find out about that guaranteed offer or a conventional listing by calling your office at 265-0088. Is that correct?
You got it, Julie.
All right. Or online at markhitehomes.com. Stay warm, my friends.